Pokemon Go has been a wild ride ever since it became a reality, and some of its players probably wish that it never happened at all. Today's episode of Clevver Newsfeed is brought to you by T-Mobile. Keep up with the freshest pop culture news with T-Mobile. Pokemon Go has been all the rage these days, but who would have thought it'd become the driving force behind some of the craziest stories ever? Weird things have happened ever since Pokemon Go came on the scene. Memorial spots like Ground Zero and Auschwitz have inappropriately been listed as Pokestops. A man's house is now a gym, but trust me when I say stranger things have happened, like finding a dead body in the river while walking around looking for Pokemon. Yep, one unsuspecting gamer stumbled upon a dead body in the wee early hours of the morning in Wyoming while in search of water Pokemon by the river. 19-year-old Shayla Wiggins told the local news outlet that she was simply trying to play Pokemon Go when she made this horrifying discovery. The woman said, quote, "I woke up this morning and I wanted to go get a water Pokemon, so I just got up and went for a little walk to catch Pokemon." And believe it or not, the same narrative has happened more than once. The augmented reality game has only been out for a few weeks, if even that, and it has already created some of the wildest stories that will definitely make you go, wait, did that actually happen? So let me save you from asking yourself that question by saying, yes, all of these things actually happened. Another unbelievable story is a girl who blamed the game for causing her to get hit by a car in the middle of the road. That's right, 15-year-old Autumn Dice-Roth blamed the game for making her cross the street to catch a Pokemon. So here's what happened. When the 15-year-old teen was playing the game near an intersection 20 miles outside of Pittsburgh, Autumn told the local news station WTAE that after she crossed the street to catch the Pokemon she was going after, she turned around to go back the way she came and was hit by a car that was turning onto the street she was crossing. WTAE reported that Autumn blames the game for taking her into an area she would never venture otherwise. The article does not state if Autumn was aware of her surroundings when she was crossing the street though, so either way it could have been lack of awareness from both ends. If the driver and Autumn were both paying attention to their surroundings, none of this would have happened. Aside from the first story, a lot of the craziest stories surrounding Pokemon Go have everything to do with paying attention to everything around you. Take this poor woman for instance. While she was in labor with a baby, her husband sat idly by, playing Pokemon and even took a picture of a Pidgey near her bedside. But don't worry, the adorable couple are still happily together, thankfully. Her husband explained to BuzzFeed that after he told her there was a Pidgey near her and showed her the picture, his wife's reaction wasn't too bad. He said, quote, "She kind of just laughed at it. It was primarily an eye roll once she realized what I was doing." While this story had a happy ending, the other two, yeah, and not so much. In order to catch Pokemon in Pokemon Go, your eyes pretty much have to be glued to the screen, and you have to pay attention if you want to be successful at catching one of these pocket monsters. Well, these three teens allegedly took the fact that players would be distracted by the game and used it to their advantage. They reportedly used lures, which is an item in the game that is placed at a Pokestop to basically lure more Pokemon into an area, to bait unsuspecting victims to the stop that they were hanging out at, only to rob them in the middle of their game.
Tragic.
And then there's the story of a man from Forest Grove, Oregon, who was stabbed by playing Pokemon Go, but refused to seek immediate treatment. Michael Baker told ABC 13 that he was simply walking around playing the game when he encountered a man who he thought was also playing the game. Michael told the local news station, quote, "I saw him go by and asked if he was playing Pokemon Go. He was like, 'What?' I guess he wanted to battle because he came at me with a knife. I basically risked my life. It's important to me. I gotta basically catch them all." Michael revealed he got 8 stitches on his shoulder as a result of the one-sided altercation. Ouch. Basically, the moral of all these stories are to be safe while you're playing the game and be aware of your surroundings at all times. I don't think anyone can stress the importance enough of those two things. Aside from those 5 that we just talked about, what are some of the craziest Pokemon Go stories that you've heard? Plus, are you playing Pokemon Go? I have to make a confession. I haven't downloaded it yet, but if you think I should, let me know why in the comment section below. And when you're done with that, be sure to click that subscribe button and click right over here to watch Nicki Minaj and Miley Cyrus go head-to-head in a round of diss track. Thanks so much for hanging out with me right here on Clevver News. I'm your girl, Tiffany Taylor. And before you go, click to the left for Selena Gomez's sexiest looks on her revival tour on Dirty Laundry, and over to the right for the best and worst music videos from these boy bands on Throwback. And another big thanks to T-Mobile with double the LTE coverage, and now you can stay in the know in more places.